Adelaide. I think it might have been put on hold for a week, and I guess while the game aims for national status, by comparison the Americans are spreading their beloved football one step further, thanks to the return of a man named Paul Manera.
Could this be the face of the future of Australian football? Paul Manera would like to think so.
All right. Shoulder width apart, take a bit wider, Right, now crouch, bend your knees, touch your hand. Now look at the camera, smile. That's it, that a boy.
23-year-old Paul is now helping to foster gridiron in Australia. It's a game that has helped him to establish a new life. Paul now plays for the University of Hawaii as an offensive tackle. 6 years ago, he was playing rugby league.
Farmer at the 35. Farmer open at the 40. Has a blocker in front of him. Goas is escorting him. The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown!
He responded to a local advertisement asking for gridiron players.
You know, I gave gridiron a chance, and when I went into gridiron, I was playing First Division Rugby League for Greystanes. I was like, 17 years old. And I said I was going to put rugby league first and gridiron second. Well, after playing gridiron, I put gridiron first and put rugby league second, and then the year after that I just played gridiron. I gave rugby away, so it kind of stole me.
Paul fell in love with the game, and after playing for several years here, some American scouts suggested he go to the States and play. It was a big gamble.
And so I had to pay my own way. I went to a small junior college in Mississippi, and I was there for 2 years, and they really taught me a lot, and like I played my first year there and I got an honourable mention All-State, and then I sent my film down to Hawaii and I said, yeah, come on down, full scholarship right there. It was amazing.
Paul is now in his third year studying for a degree in business administration. All this because of gridiron.
In Australia, I finished high school, I was 15 years old, and Dad said, Paul, what do you want to do in life? And I said, I don't know. And he said, well, an electrician would be a good trade, for you to get in. I said, yeah, sounds good, Dad. So I went and joined the railways and was an apprentice, electrical fitter. And I realised after 4 years that I didn't want to stay there anymore.
Last year was the highlight of Paul's gridiron career when he played in the Aloha Bowl against Michigan State. It's a game he'll always remember.
You run out there and you're hyped, and, there's 50,000 people out there, and your body's just got goosebumps everywhere, and, the tears roll out of your eyes. It's just something special that you can't get from being a spectator. You have to be a player to really know what it's like, to appreciate being in the team, being one of the boys who does the job, week after week. It's just an incredible feeling.
Being an Australian, he's somewhat of a novelty in Hawaii, but while he plays an American game, he'll never give up his Australian background.
Well, I'm a person who's real proud of my country, and I get a lot of girls asking me to stay in America, but I tell them I want to come home to Australia. No, I keep my Australian accent. Well, there's a couple of guys who are at Hawaii on tennis scholarships, and they talk to me, and we keep each other company. We have Vegemite on toast, and we talk Australian to each other. So, we've got some good practice at keeping our accents.
Paul has 2 seasons to go with the University of Hawaii, and for the moment, he's happy to stay there, play football, and finish his studies. It's a university that has helped other Australians in the past. Paul Sirenen, an Australian Rugby League international, played gridiron there, as did Colin Scott, who now plays in the big time, the NFL. Secretly, Paul would love to follow Colin.
You always dream about it and fantasize about it, and it's up there, you think you do all this thing, but certain reactions, but when it happens to you, you're kind of like, it's in here, you feel it, It's weird, it's something like that. But I know one thing, I'd be on the plane to wherever I got signed. I wouldn't have any second thoughts about it.
Whether Paul realises his dreams or not, only time will tell. But if Paul doesn't go any further in American football, he'll still be happy with what the game has done for him, and he wants other Australians to play it.
I see it as a great alternative. Rugby league's rugby league, rugby union, they're great sport. But hey, if someone's a good athlete and they can't quite play first grade, or they can't put the commitment to other sports, maybe they can put their commitment towards American football, and we're glad to have them.
Yeah, what a great advertisement for the campaign to play gridiron. It's all about awareness, I guess, and Paul, to grab that opportunity and to go to Hawaii, he can only be a better person, and if he does realise the dream of playing in the big one in the United States, well, that will be magnificent. After the break, though, we're going to look at the value of Australian sport, whether it's good or whether it's bad.